Listen.
Yo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PBZ TV, the show where we talk about the culture, movies, TVs, games, sports, anything we want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. I am James, this is...
I'm Tom.
And we're going to jump straight into it today with our highlights of the day.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to start with some NBA drama, even in the off-season, and the situation with Kawhi Leonard.
It's been going down, right?
Oh, mate.
It's been going down, I
Been
hear.
going down, left, right, centre, up, down, you name it, mate. So what do you know about the situation?
I saw some bits. I don't know a lot. I want you to educate me a little bit further and the rest of the people at home, because I've only seen what I've seen, and that's not a lot.
Yeah.
What I did see, though, is that he's technically, I don't know if this is true or anything, but he's still a Raptor, technically? Or, like, there's a case for them to be like, hey, this was never legal or something like that.
So I think this factors into... So basically the way they did his contract was, I think they offered him a certain amount and they were salary capped. I think that what they're accused of is going around the salary cap by... There was this, I think, tree company or something like that. I'm not sure if it was a charity or like a tree, like they call them tree surgeons, whatever. But that company sponsored Kawhi Leonard, right, for like 30 mil. I don't know how you sponsor an individual just given 30 million, but apparently that's what happened.
Yeah.
Consequently, Steve Ballmer, the guy that owns the Clippers, donated the same fucking amount of money to this company that this company then just funneled to Kawhi.
Yeah.
So this was all found by like an NBA analyst / reporter that found the kind of busted this case wide open. And essentially everyone's saying, oh, I got scammed. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Fucking a billionaire Steve Ballmer doesn't know what's going on with 30 million of his
Just looking through the books like, this just doesn't add up.
So everyone's claiming fucking silly buggers and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But there's multiple situations that could have happened. Either everyone in the situation got scammed by this one company who wanted to do one thing or another for tax write-offs.
The tree people.
Yeah, because that's a company who's gone bust, and I think that's how it's come out. So this company no longer exists. It was like a pure shell company, just poof, gone, right?
Yeah.
So sketchy as hell. I saw something in the comment sections of some of these videos where it was like similar to what Man City did with something about Mancini or something like that. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, so... Just to completely steal this, like Manchester City have got 115 charges against them from previous.
115.
It's literally like
God
it's
damn.
a thing. It's a thing. 115 is now like their nickname nearly because it's that infamous with them, and they're going through.
They
the
have been
trial.
known for having so much money compared to every other club, right?
But yeah, basically,
That's what I know them for.
they're
I
getting
don't know
charged for
football.
what happened when they first took over. So they've been all right for the last few years, but
But she's been going through the courts and courts and courts.
But yeah,
If they were found guilty of everything, did they get their championships taken away? Like, what happened?
that was theoretically people were speculating that at the start. But what will probably happen is just they'll get a massive points deduction and a massive fine.
So they'll just
But it's taken so long. It's been it's been known for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's still. Yeah, they're lawyered up, bro. They're coming. But
they've probably buried him in paperwork to make it take this long. So actually, you'd probably face more public outrage trying to charge him because of how far away ago the situation was. And
no, everybody's there like, get them.
Everyone but Man City fans.
Yeah,
like,
and Chelsea fans are like,
hold him fucking.
Because we basically did it first.
Tiki torches, like, ah!
And then the rules came in and Man City started breaking them. But I think that example is that they paid their manager at the time.
Yeah.
Loads of money, but through a different company.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
So
paid.
it seems like the Clippers have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And the reason that this thing that Kawhi could get sent back to the Raptors, I think, is because it was the original agreement to come from the Raptors to the Clippers, in which this was done. And whoever Kawhi's agent was, I think it was his uncle, might have gone, yeah, we need the extra money. I don't care how you get it to me, but you're gonna give me that money. All right. So I think that's what's happened. There's multiple theories. Kawhi knew, or Kawhi completely didn't know.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play that like pretty much the whole season because he was injured. Nor did he do any because if he knew, they would have tried to cover up with like doing commercials or doing it'd be very the theory I saw would be super easy to get him to do certain activities like an hour or two here and there to cover their ass. But they literally just did nothing. They just received the money.
Yeah.
And the Clippers are the ones saying they got scammed somehow. And I'm like, it doesn't add up because everyone's going to say they don't know what's going on. But if, let's say, they were found super guilty by everything, it could send Kawhi back to the Raptors. But I think I think he would fucking retire or something. But apparently there's rumours that someone would buy him out and he would want to go to the Lakers. It's something that I saw as a rumour as well.
So he would turn into a free agent then? Or?
Yeah, somehow. Because I'm sure the Clippers would have to pay some kind of fine and probably either like pay for Kawhi's contract. Because I think Kawhi is fine. He's completely watertight no matter what happens. Because ultimately this is what the club did to give him money.
He's just a dude, yeah. He's still like...
So he might get fined if he's found to be really obviously guilty. But it's pretty scary. This is kind of not... This is the first time something like this has publicly come out in the NBA.
It's tricky then, right? Like,
yeah. And this isn't 115 counts, it's one count. But
we need, do they want to be reimbursed or like...
I have no idea.
Because theoretically I'm not sure got scammed.
Yeah. But the company's gone. Whoever's ran this company's gone to the window.
There's no one to
blame. Steve Ballmer was just like, hey, I'm the victim here. I got the $30 million down the drain. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And they just spent out on it's like the best arena in like the US now, the Intuit Stadium. It's crazy.
Clippers one.
Yeah. So, basketball arena. I think it's one of the best.
Who's at the Staples Center now then?
Huh? They've always had two separate things.
I thought they were both shared.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me look.
Pull that up. I don't know.
Maybe pull that up.
Yeah, we need a pull-up guy.
We need a Jamie. Lakers Stadium. Yeah, so Lakers Stadium is Crypto Arena now because I know they changed the name.
But yeah,
and then the Intuit Dome, I think it's called.
I always thought they shared.
And then Intuit Dome is the state-of-the-art one because it's in Inglewood.
Well, so that's new then, right? So they did possibly share?
Look at it. It looks all techie and fancy and shit.
That's what I mean. That's new.
Yeah, so this is like brand spanking new. So Ballmer just spent all the money because he pays a lot of that out of his own pocket, to make all this stuff happen. Because he custom built it. Like he had a lot of there's a lot of footage of him talking about going, I want this here. I want everyone got sick ass toilets. I want this. Pretty sure we put Japanese toilets in there everywhere and shit. He's like Randy Marsh going Japanese toilets. So
they do look pretty good though.
Pretty good. So the whole thing's mental. So I think he's playing the victim card like he got scammed.
But playing devil's advocate here, if the Clippers want a chip, is he going to be playing the same victim card? If Kawhi went on and to win them,
I think they would have shifted.
Ages ago,
I think they would have shifted Kawhi this year or next year anyway.
Yeah, that's not the point. Injured. But if he won it in his second year, let's say, because he's been there 3 or 4 years now at least.
Yeah, just did piss all.
Yeah, but if he
with
did
podcast P,
if he did fulfill that trade and what they got from him and Paul George and they won a chip, would they be like, hey man, we got scammed? Because at that point, you got what you paid for a little bit.
Well, this situation is kind of pretty much unprecedented in the UK. Everyone's looking to what Adam Silver would do, the NBA commissioner. I have no idea what he'd do because they haven't won anything to take away. All you can do is fine them. You couldn't bust up the team.
That's what I mean.
The punishment for what is an appropriate punishment for something like this? Because for all we know, this is common practice. Yeah. And they're the first ones that got caught. And my guess is it absolutely fucking is.
It makes sense, right?
Because why would that even be allowed in the first place? I think the only reason this came to light is because that company went bust, which allowed some public records, which allowed this NBA journalist to find it. There are some really good videos of him. He does loads of interviews explaining exactly how he got through this and found everything he did. So I'm like, this is definitely how it works.
I can just imagine him doing the Charlie meme from It's Always Sunny, just the whiteboard.
Yeah, because this was, I remember one of the early days, Nico Harrison, so the guy that has got all the flack for trading Luka, which I actually reflected on it. I don't think it was that bad of a move for Dallas. I think they didn't like him for culture reasons.
Yeah. Because
there was a lot of rumours of he's so unbelievably good that I think he got essentially fat and lazy at Dallas, and that wasn't their culture, so they shifted him. The fans are never going to forgive him.
It wasn't working, though.
No. They got to the finals. Yeah. But you could tell they needed something else.
Yeah.
Or they needed him to go full Kobe, LeBron, Michael. And I think they didn't believe in him that he could take that next level because of how he acted. Maybe not showing up to practice, things like that. Quite AI.
Talking about practice. Man.
So I get that, but the Nico Harrison started as a really high GM in Nike. That is where he knew Rob Pelinka, the guy from Lakers. That's how they got that connection to send either one the other way. Exactly. So you can imagine someone like Nico Harris would have shit tons of really good connections in Nike. And they're like, hey, this good player, I can get you the best Nike deal possible if you come over to our team. It won't count on your contract. It won't count on the salary cap. This stuff must happen all the time.
Or no, we'll pay you this contract, right? But it's going to make our salary a lot lower because we're going to give you the rest of the money through the Nike deal. Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no way to officially guarantee the Nike deal, but that all happens with like business relationships, which is technically legal, but highly unethical. So this must be common practice, except they got caught first. So, because you haven't really heard much about other teams kicking up fuss. Because I reckon everyone's just like,
yeah, that's
like,
what.
Don't look at us.
Yeah, because with the Man City thing, a lot of the other teams are like, get them, they broke the rules. Yeah. It's not fair.
But don't look at us while you do it.
Yeah,
and don't
the ones that stay quiet are the ones that you should be looking at as well. Like,
for sure. I ain't heard much from the Lakers at all, bro. I know they've done that because the Lakers always land incredible players, and you're like, but
that's true.
The game's the game.
Is that because of their history and the location? And
I'm sure that factors into it and the cover story they like to do.
I was like, hey, with the Lakers, man, everybody wants to be at the Lakers.
But to be fair, if that was the case, surely New York would have done a bit more by now.
Exactly. Unless
the leadership isn't that bad.
They're like, what? You could break the rules like that? they're going to the other meetings.
They're just batting 100. They're playing the game fairly. Yeah. Like, oh, boy, gee, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Like,
in New York, of all places.
The guys are getting paid.
Insane. But yeah, I think that's what's going on. That's the situation. And then it's basically just theories of, did Kawhi know? Did Steve Ballmer know? And one of the theories is, did the uncle that managed Kawhi do all of this and Kawhi's not involved? Mainly because it just doesn't... I kind of agree with the theory that he just didn't do anything. He doesn't care. Like, I don't think he would actually... It just didn't seem the type.
Yeah.
But then it's the silent ones you got to worry about, so I don't know.
Who, Kawhi himself?
Yeah.
Yeah. What has he been... He gets to go to LA, respectively.
Yeah.
Probably with the thought of maybe winning with...
Did he
fall out with the Raptors thing? Because obviously he just won a chip there.
Yeah, I think he won a chip
and was the guy, right?
Wanted more mega contract, and the Raptors probably couldn't afford to give it to him. Or they lost a lot of the core team that would have got them.
I don't think they did. I don't know.
I think they traded Siakam after. I mean, it was a pretty good championship run, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's just the main favourites. Who were the main favourites that year?
Was it not the Rockets? Oh, they beat the Rockets, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a pretty good run.
Did they beat the Rockets?
They did. I swear someone, like whoever the favourites were supposed to be, they got knocked out or got injured. But they definitely still did bits. This wasn't like a... who's it, like when Tatum got injured... No, it wasn't Tatum. It was last year, Tyrese Halliburton, when he got injured, it was just a given that the other team was going to win because their star player got injured. Yeah. I don't think it was a situation like that because they did bits. Because I think it was the conference semis, that incredible shot that he did. Do you remember? Or the conference finals.
Was that not against the... No, that was against Philly. That was Philly. Yeah, sorry.
Ended Joel Embiid's career.
Just watching it bounce.
Hearing the... It's one of the greatest calls ever because they didn't even say anything. They just went, ah! Yeah. All commentary went out the window. Ooh. Everyone on earth watched that bounce. It was like, couldn't have made a better movie moment.
It just reminded me of the end of Happy Gilmore where it's just like...
Yeah.
And nobody said anything.
It was proper 2000 sports movie.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll make a movie about that moment at some point. They'll probably have to get someone a bit more charismatic than Kawhi to play that role though.
Yeah. Please do not bring him in to act himself.
If you type his name, the first thing will always pop up is his laugh. Every single time. It's still so crazy. Like, what the fuck is that?
He's not real.
He's not real.
He's not a real person.
He could be a basketball robot, thinking about it.
Yeah. Or he could be a tree from that company.
Tree beard. He's onto us, boys.
I am Kawhi. I am Groot.
That's pretty much how his interviews go. Yeah. Fucking hell. But yeah, that's my headline of the week, mate. What's yours?
Well, recently, Samuel Umtiti, that's a funny name actually. He has just recently retired.
Where's he from?
Quite a young age. He's French.
Oui.
And he was a star centre-back playing for Barcelona in the prime of his career. And in this said prime of career, 23 years old.
23?
Yeah, he's 23 at the time.
Is that football prime? Is it?
No. To be honest, if anything, I think the way he was built, he was a unit.
Yeah.
So he was the starting centre back for Barcelona in a really good team. Starting centre back in France, who at the time, I mean, they went on to be world champions. So yeah, it did back up. They had an incredible team. Mm-hmm. But he had knee problems in this season just before the World Cup, or during the World Cup, so leading up to it. And a lot of players try and save themselves for the World Cup. It's the place you want to play.
Yeah.
Only comes around every 4 years, so it's one of those. And he basically sacrificed he could have had a knee operation and sorted out his knee, but he said, no, I'm going to be there for the World Cup with France, and I want to help the team. So he played every game in the World Cup, scored in the semi-final the only goal to get them to the final, and was massive in them, being a part of that championship, I guess. But after that, he only ended up starting 5 games a season for the next 5 years.
Did they win the World Cup, though?
They won the World Cup.
Yeah.
So he won the World Cup, but afterwards, his knee was never the same. So basically, he sacrificed his career and his health
for the greatest championship in the land
to win that World Cup trophy. And I guess the debate at the minute online is that, would you sacrifice something like that to win?
I think the question is, did he make enough money so he can retire forever? You'd have to be smart with it.
When you say that, footballers do earn ridiculous amount compared to the normal person, so theoretically he could have.
It depends on what kind of spender he was, because you know how young players, when they first get that kind of money, if they've never seen that money before.
Yeah, true.
It's insanity. So I remember you see interviews with Shaq talking about how much money he used to spend early on, and then he started to learn, and he learned from business people and all this, and now he's good with money. He's got multiple companies and all that.
Mike Tyson would earn 30 million in one night, and then he broke a year later.
Yeah, and it's just how
buying tigers and that, having a good time.
Yeah, he was having a damn good time. What kind of spender was he before he gave it all up, basically? And how much even though he played only 5 games, how much out of his contracts did he get? Did he get the full amount? Did he get a partial amount? Or is he going to be basically kind of screwed because he spent too much and then didn't make enough all for the big win? Or he's got those hundreds of millions still sat there and he's got that big old golden trophy in his trophy case and he's laughing. I think that would be the thing. I'm sure there might be some regrets, but it's the thing you would, even above the Prem. Was he playing in the Prem for his team?
No, he was playing for Barcelona, so they play in La Liga.
La Liga. I mean, that would be another thing to achieve. You'd want to probably achieve a lot of different things, but that is the most rare one for sure.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know he was pivotal in that, but there is a lot of players that have won the World Cup that aren't great players because they're in a great team. Do you know what I mean? That French team was insane across the bat, but just going back to the 80s when Maradona won it for Argentina, pretty much single-handedly won it. The rest of the team were pretty average, so no one remembers the guy that was playing.
What position was he?
Who, Maradona?
No, this guy.
Centre back. So he wasn't
like a striker or anything.
No. But he was integral to the defence of the team.
Every position is important.
Of course, right? Yeah.
But people in striker position can do the solo job.
He's not a star man. It's not to maybe put into reference. It's not like Ronaldo or Messi being 23 and playing with a broken leg or something, winning it, which would be incredible if they did. Yeah. But then that's it because they pushed themselves.
It's always the what
that
could
would
have
be
been.
Could have been where he's not going to be a star player at every team or anything like that. But he basically, he did sacrifice his career in that sense to win the World Cup, which he did do. So it wasn't like it didn't happen.
The only thing you could see with some of that is a lot of UFC athletes do that, or a lot of boxers do that, where they should have thrown in the towel a long time ago, but they will keep going. Yeah. I think it's just that warrior mentality a lot of athletes have. You can't train that out of them. They're going to do it. You can't stop them with a lot of stuff. The fighters that will dislocate their shoulder midway, just be like, fucking come on then,
grabbing the other arm and just...
Yeah, literally. I saw some guy trying to beat his arm back into the thing. Yeah. I was like, that's hard as fuck, bro. That's so hard. But Lord knows how much, because if you hit it the wrong way, you can cause so much more trouble. Yeah. And the adrenaline, you will not find out until after that adrenaline's gone. Yeah. And you're getting them scans, and you're like, well, that one fight, even if it was a belt, you'll never hold another belt. Got to give it back up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, was it worth it? I have no idea. But if it's for the biggest trophy, if this was for like, even if it was to win La Liga, I don't think this is more important than La Liga. But
100%, yeah. If it was, it came down to that.
It's as long as you can find purpose afterwards. Because also a lot of athletes have trouble after the fact finding what's after football.
Yeah, that's massive for most all athletes in anything, right? They're top of the game. It's a real concern because basically you're every week going out there playing in front of thousands of people with the adrenaline, and you're never going to replicate anything like that in your life. It's such a high, I guess. So how does one?
You can become a motivational speaker.
A lot of them go into punditry, a lot of them, I say, like, you don't have 11 people retiring and then going into punditry. There's only so many people you can fit on camera.
Yeah, there's definitely a personality fit that comes with that. Or, like, even your personality on the pitch. I think a lot of pundits are almost pre-selected. Like, even I knew the name Roy Keane before he became a pundit because of just, like, his general, like, demeanour and vibe and his aura on the pitch, right? Yeah. And you knew he was a proper hard man. So, like that... You know, you might end up there.
He's probably a bad example because he never really he probably never thought he was going to be a pundit. Yeah. He went in to do management, and he did. It can go a lot of different ways. Like basically, Gerrard, Rooney, and Lampard all went into management recently after their careers, and because they're big names, they get these jobs quite big jobs. Well, Lampard did a bit, but they haven't successfully. Gone on to replicate, and people are like, "Oh, just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good manager."
Who's had the best transition from football life to next career? Someone just built to be a coach or a manager after the fact.
Well, the biggest one would be David Beckham because he was just a.
Yeah, he was.
He didn't go into management though. He ended up going into but he's more like
he's
Michael Jordan.
Built the American League, right?
He's like a Michael Jordan. He's a name. He was.
His name attracts the investment needed to grow franchises.
Yeah, he's more of a person that you just sort of... The name builds on everything. He was a great player, but he wasn't Michael Jordan level. He was definitely one of the best players in the world at some point, but he was never the guy.
Was he not?
No. He's probably England's best player for a little bit, but not...
Was he on the same team with Ronaldo at some point?
No, he was on Brazilian Ronaldo's team, but... He played for the same team. Basically,
I thought Beckham was like the best of the best of whatever team he was on. Like, at least that's the story around him. Somehow has he gotten away with just telling a different version of history, or like from the non-footballer's perspective?
Yeah,
Messi, Ronaldo, Beckham. I thought those were the best three of all time.
No, Beckham was not that level.
What a twist!
He was amazing. He was probably at maybe for potentially 99
at least.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Nowhere near.
Not even top 10.
Probably like not even top 20.
Madness. I had no idea.
He was a great player. He was like, they made films, Bend It Like Beckham.
Exactly. You don't get films made up. Is it just because...
He was just an icon. He was just like this first celebrity of football,
I guess. Is this pretty privilege of football? Is this what we're looking at here?
Because he was the first one to go into like fashion and changing the haircut every week and becoming this celebrity.
Kind of a bit like Allen Iverson.
A little bit, yeah.
Because he led the charge in NBA fashion.
Yeah.
Because he would get fined like a motherfucker for like braids and like you weren't allowed braids back then. Like the amount of rules that he broke to bring NBA fashion away. So he's the AI of football.
That's a good way to describe it, yeah. But
madness.
AI was incredible, right?
Yeah.
He won the MVP.
Yeah.
Beckham could have won the Ballon d'Or, which is the best player in the world at 99. I think he was close. I can't remember exactly what position he was at, but he was never as good as you think he was.
Whoa, it's just revisionist history.
But he probably would be in the top.
Is Rooney better than Beckham?
Yeah, 100%.
I thought I've seen some of the Rooney highlights. They're just unreal.
Rooney is the potentially best English player of all time. You got Bobby Charlton from like the 60s and stuff.
It's hard to compare people from that era, bro. It's like,
and then you got Paul Gascoigne, who was an absolute maverick.
So who are the top 5 football players of all time? Because obviously Messi, Ronaldo.
There's 4 guarantees.
Who are the guarantees?
People can't really argue against.
It doesn't matter what order they're in.
No,
obviously Messi's at the top regardless, but like, what's the order?
So Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, then you've got Maradona, who was basically Messi before Messi.
Yeah.
And then you've got Pele.
Okay.
And then the 5th is obviously debatable, but I would say that most people would say Johan Cruyff.
No idea who that is, but yeah. Who out of the young, who's playing now or who's recently finished, who could take that 5th spot? If we're talking like, I don't know,
no one.
Not even someone like Haaland, who's I swear he's like setting records like every year. Like by the time if he went at the same pace he's been going, surely that makes him top 5.
Haaland could potentially become, if he keeps on with the same pace, like you say, he could become the all-time top scorer ever. Which technically right now is Pele because people say that he's counting training goals and stuff, but like there's a bit of joke behind it. Ronaldo's nearly got 1,000 career goals, which is insane.
Does Messi have more? Or?
Messi has like 800 and something, but he's got like a lot more assists and stuff, and he's more complete. So just because you're the all-time goal scorer, like Haaland could do it, but people would never rate him in the top 10, I don't think, because
not even top 10. Jesus Christ.
Maybe not, but it's more.
Is football judged a lot more like well-rounded than like just being like a? Because I don't think championships come into it as much as the NBA conversation, do they?
No, but then you could say out of those 4 that I mentioned that Ronaldo hasn't won the World Cup, so people were like, oh, he hasn't won the World Cup. But again, that's once every 4 years. Portugal didn't really have the best team at any point. Maradona won it on his own, but Pele played in an insane Brazil with him. He won it 3 times. Maradona won it twice, but he didn't. The first time he was like a teenage
Isn't
kid.
he the guy that handballed it for the win?
Yeah, against England. Yeah.
Hand of God, yeah.
Hand of God. But in that same game, he did arguably scored the best goal of the whole century. He took on the whole England team, put them on their bums. This is back when like someone dribbles, you're getting absolutely cut in half.
Yeah,
and you could see the England, the big brute defenders were trying to chop him down, but he was just, see ya. So it's hard to say. I don't think anyone in the recent, definitely in the last 10 years, is anywhere near that top 5.
So someone like Mbappe, you know, is just too early to predict where they'll be.
It just.
Or do hard. Is it just like you just need to have something? It's like a je ne sais quoi. It's like that you either got it or you don't type beat to get in the top 10.
I would say they've got it for this generation. There's a kid that's 18, Lamine Yamal. He could potentially be winning on Monday. There's a Ballon d'Or, which is the best player in the world. He could be winning that at 18. So theoretically, he could go on to be this player that could break into this. But we've been so spoiled with Messi and Ronaldo the last 20 years.
I was going to say, it feels...
You know when people go, oh, who's the best in the world? And they're comparing, because what we have done in the last 20 years is compare the two of them. There is a little bit like, who's next? Because
I was going to say that.
That's the best player in the world, because those two are out of this world.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's not even fair to even...
That's hard.
It's not...
That's hard, bro.
That's what people say, that those two are so out of this world that the next person is the best in the world, because you can't compare them to those two.
Yeah.
But then, you know, you just...
So like, just essentially,
what are you comparing them to?
We're waiting for the next God killer, like to surpass.
But then, are you ever going to see anyone that's on that? Well, you never know.
I was going to say that from modern talent in any league of anywhere, the exponential growth of the last 10 years is crazy. Yeah. And I think this is why maybe Messi and Ronaldo and like LeBron and Kobe and that stuck out so much, is that the talent of the overall leagues was slightly lower. Whereas I feel like modern leagues now, the talent is higher across the board. So I don't think we'll ever see these standout godlike players anymore compared to eras past. Yeah,
but even that, so Messi and Ronaldo still play now. So even like 10 years ago, I would still consider them playing against the best defenders there's probably ever been. And they're making them look like fools. Do you know what I mean? That's how good they are.
So the defensive side of the game hasn't like evolved as much as maybe like offensive players have.
It's hard to say. But they're just so good it doesn't matter who would be there. They're not on that level. Do you know what I mean? You can't stop them. So what is...
Yeah, it feels a bit like, you know, just waiting for the next miracle talent that might have what it takes.
Yeah.
And I suppose if you follow an early career trajectory, like that guy you mentioned, like I reckon Mbappe might be able to do something like that.
Mbappe's...
Or is he just fast and that's his gimmick? He might be another Ashley Cole type beat.
For me, I have always just sort of, because once his pace goes, you can see he's a great technical player. He's clearly the best player in the world. But we've been so spoiled, you're like... Oh, I say clearly, actually.
Didn't know that.
Well, people say Lamine Yamal, and he's 18. So
mental.
That's how good this kid is coming up. But before him, because he's only been around for the last year or two because he's came on the scene at 16.
Yeah.
But Mbappe has been, again, he came through very, very early. He scored in the World Cup final when he was a teenager, which hasn't happened since Pele. But he's just, I don't know, for me, he's not, he played with Messi and he was not the best player on his team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so he wasn't like Messi. Messi obviously, he's probably a few years away from retiring, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
it's close.
We're all going to, oh my God, there's going to be like a few year period where like LeBron, Messi and Ronaldo are all going to retire at once.
It's going to happen quite quickly.
The suicide rate will go up.
Better watch out, people.
I think I'm going to have to book a week off when LeBron retires.
I think, yeah.
But yeah, so that's mad. So it's not like, my time is now, old man. He didn't take that. It's not, but again, it's not like,
these guys are going on until they're 30s and are still doing it.
You're telling me Messi was still better than Mbappe when they played together?
Yeah, I think so.
What the fuck?
I think it was kind of even, but then they met in that final, the last World Cup final.
Oh, Messi beat him?
Yeah, he did. He scored 2 goals and they won it. But Mbappe scored a hat-trick in the final. Like, he brought it back. I was there like, no, don't do this.
Just take it away from my goal.
Yeah, I was there like, oh my God. Messi already lost the World Cup final. I thought that was it. Like, you're never going to get a chance. Because the Argentinian team, again, isn't the best.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
That just made that win even better, though, I suppose.
Yeah, man.
What a run. Speaking of runs, the legendary final run.
I was going to say retirement.
John Jeffrey Cena.
Is that actually his middle name?
No. So it says Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I think I'm not sure if that actually is his middle name, but I just put Jeffrey in the middle of everything.
Randy Keith Orton. That's where RKO comes from, if you didn't know.
Madness. I did not know that.
Yeah, his middle name's Keith.
I'm not sure if it makes it like lamer or cooler. I'm not sure, but either way.
Randall Keith Orton.
I think obviously it's his last run. His last match is due for like December time.
Yeah.
Obviously one of your favourite wrestlers. It's not your favourite wrestler of all time.
He's the GOAT.
CM Punk, but like,
yeah,
his final match. Who should it be with? I think it's probably 2 questions. Who should it be with, and who do you think it is actually gonna be?
Man, John Cena's final match. That is a tough question.
And I've got tissues down here.
Yeah, I'm going to need a few. Just need a second to compose myself here. I personally, from a point of view, I would love it to be Edge because he's not even in the WWE right now.
Yeah, he's over in AEW, right?
Yeah, and I think his contract, from what I've seen, is due to run out, and it would, because that's where I fell in love with wrestling, and it was Cena versus Edge.
Yeah, that rivalry was insane.
So, and I would argue that's what put, like, Cena just won, he just became champ, he was getting pushed, and then Edge was always like a mid-card person, and then he just turned heel with the whole stealing Matt Hardy's actual girlfriend, Lita.
Yeah,
and
that was wild.
Becoming the guy where he was like...
Yeah,
I think he's actually a genuine nice dude. I know that's things like that happen, right?
It's always like the people who play the villains. And
and they were like, lean into this, and he was there like, you think you know me? So I fell in love with that. So I would love it to like Edge to do a return and it to be Cena versus Edge for the last time. But I don't know if that's Edge is not Cena level, I guess now. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we never thought he'd come back from his injury. So, it's true. Yeah, it's a bit like, I'm not sure who Stone Cold's final match was, but like you'd want Stone Cold versus The Rock's final match. That was Stone Cold was The Rock, and then he obviously had to retire because of his knee. But then he came back and fought Kevin Owens like
So it's like, but for me, I really want Randy Orton to be his last match. Like, I'm not sure if you remember, what is the timeline? Was the Randy Orton rivalry first, or was it the Edge rivalry first?
Edge was first.
Okay, so that kind of brought it up. And then, because for me, that whole Legend Killer arc, like,
that's when that was happening.
Randy punting Cena's dad in the head will forever stick in my mind. With JR going, fuck off, we killed him! We killed him! Randy Orton, you son of a bitch! Oh, mate. I fucking miss JR with every part of my being. The WWE's not the same, but that is cool. But, yeah, I love them both. It's a hard choice, but I have such Randy Orton bias.
But they done it. He's fought him. He was like one of the first people he fought after beating Cody. They had it this year at Backlash. They did the Randy Orton thing. They had it. They were like one last time sort of thing.
Oh, they've done it already. That's how much of a fan I am.
I can see it being theoretically though, The Rock maybe.
Yeah, this whole final boss thing. But I swear there was a source like he's not coming back for ages.
Yeah,
I think the WWE don't really like it when he comes back. I don't think he's got that kind of aura. Like
fans, I think they've really turned off of The Rock. I think the way that whole storyline and just the way that he's being an owner and an owner, but I just don't key part of.
I just don't feel right. I mean, even Triple H would be a cool last match. I don't think Triple H would do it, but like that was a fucking good rivalry and all.
Yeah, but he'd just be hobbling about, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
like he's too old. He's too old.
Yeah, he's old.
But The Rock would make sense, even though it'd be funny because the first time they fought at WrestleMania, the way that they marketed it was it was like once in a lifetime, and then they did it the next year as well, and people were like, wait a minute,
twice in a lifetime.
Yeah, and then if it was again, that would make it even funnier. I did see
3 times the charm.
I did see a funny,
and that would 3 times the charm at Crown Jewel for blood clot. I should mark it.
I did see a funny meme though. It was like Cena in the ring waiting for his final opponent, and it was like the caption was like, "It was all a work," which obviously means it was part of the plan. And you just hear dun 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 dun, dun when it comes crashing down.
The real Americans finally face off.
Yeah, and it's just Hulk,
just the fucking ghost of Hulk Hogan.
No, he's never dead. It was all a work, and then he's there to fight for the GOAT matchup. I was there like,
let me tell you something, brother.
Let me tell you something.
I went through the 5th circle of hell, and I saw things you ain't never gonna see. All right, what you gonna do, mate? I would love that.
Do you know what I mean? I saw it, and I was like, wow. If they
bring anyone back from the dead for that, give me fucking Macho Man Randy Savage versus Cena for the last match.
Hell yeah. But I think that's my prediction then. I want it to be Edge. I think it might be The Rock, but you think you want it to be Randy, but you think
but I feel like it would need a new storyline.
What
are they doing with Randy Orton right now? Because I feel like he's not sure if he's an anti-hero, not sure if he's a heel, not sure if he's a good guy.
He's definitely an anti-hero.
I think he's really kind of transitioning into his career where he's like helping others come up. Like he's big reason Cody came up and all that kind of stuff. But like maybe one last time, just turn him into the most devious motherfucker on earth. I need him punting old ladies. I need him bring out The Rock or this is what you could do, right? Make it just some incident that make him go off the rails, right? Full legend killer mode, like in the corner. I need him like absolutely deranged, right?
Yeah.
And I need him taking out as many people as possible. Like Triple H gone. Shawn Michaels comes out in his DX outfit, everyone's all happy, kills him. And then he just like. Maybe he goes, "This is my final run, and I'm taking everyone out with me." And he's just this deranged psycho, and Cena's the only one that can stop him. He's the last bastion to stop this evil that has come up.
Yeah.
And then Cena reigns on high as the person who takes down the ultimate villain.
Yeah, but then what happens to Randy after that?
Oh, he retires too.
Oh. what
They both fall into the abyss, and then the Undertaker comes and takes them both. I don't know. It's just fucking.
Oh yeah, well maybe I could see Randy becoming not the legend killer, but like I don't know.
Maybe he's like
killer.
Oh yeah, like the legend to be killed. Maybe he does a Cena Open challenge and he just keeps winning and winning. And maybe the last person to turn up is Cena. He does the reverse. I don't know. You're not sold it to me, I'm afraid, sir. It's hard to think.
Rejected.
Because like, what would be the most disappointing scenario? Like a Roman Reigns or something.
Yeah, maybe.
So I remember his promo
maybe because that's the thing as well. It sort of should be a handing over a torch sort of scenario. Roman's already there. He's not. It's not like handing over to the next guy. Cody's like 40. I don't think he should do that. They've done it already. So
yeah, because I thought that's what they were going to do with the heel turn.
Yeah, I know.
How did that even? Because I didn't pay attention to it. So what actually happened? What did he turn back? How did he turn back to the world of good?
I feel like I've missed that as well.
I feel like it just kind of
happened, man. Like, it's just like
I feel like a bit of a wasted opportunity.
It looked like they're like, this ain't really working. Let's just pretend it didn't happen.
The shock value was really entertaining for everyone.
It was amazing.
But then I feel like
I
feel like the reality of Cena being an ongoing villain just didn't feel right. Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it just didn't poll correctly.
He fumbled it.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think
he should be absolutely heinous. They should have brought JR just to cuss him out again. That's what we needed.
Yeah, he could have gone deeper, and I think the whole Rock thing just ruined it for me. I think they could have done better, but
I feel like The Rock's turned up and ruined quite a lot of storylines lately. I remember seeing a lot of positive stuff about Triple H running things. Now I see a lot more like negative stuff about how he's running things at the moment. I think it's the involvement of TKO and like the whole the merging with the UFC thing, and the theories are it's affecting a lot of what the WWE would do.
Well, I get it. You got to grow your business, right? And you got to change with the times, do things differently. But yeah, you're never going to have happy people on all sides of the cylinder. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Were pissed when Vince was near the end of his run.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to do things different. I think it's just change, right? I don't know. I don't know where I stand with it. I think some bits are good, some bits not good. So you just got to take it out. I think the long-term storytelling has improved, but then I think they also become a little bit. They just get dementia and go, oh, I forgot about that one. Like, oh yeah, what are we going to do about that?
I feel like a lot of the fans will probably do that as well, because unless you watch it every week, you know, what's happening again?
Yeah.
Because I feel a bit like that. I feel like I've turned up and gone, how did that happen? And I don't even know who's on the come up to bring up now. But who's like, because you can't just take a nobody and put him with Cena as the last match. You'd have to like someone who's almost there but not over yet. But I feel like there's no one there right now.
Braun Breaker.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him talk much on mic. I feel like I need to give him more story.
He's good on mic.
Is he? Fuck yeah.
Maybe he could be better, but he's good.
What's his current storyline? I need to look into.
Oh, he's like one of like the security people for Seth Rollins. So he's in the Vision, I think they're called.
Okay, I can see that.
And
Betrayal of the Shield 2.0.
No, it's basically like the next evolution. So you've got Paul Heyman, who's like Ric Flair, but the manager, and then you've got Seth Rollins, who's Triple H and like the guy right now, and then you've got the other two. You've got Braun Breaker and you've got Bronson Reed, who are like Batista and Randy. They're like the new. So there is that.
I fuck with that.
And they're a bit of. I was really involved in that story. I fell away from it a little bit because it's just like 3 hours a week on just Raw, and then you got SmackDown, and I'm trying to find just like highlights, and they do it on their own channel, but I need to get back into it.
It's hard to get through in the story with the highlights though, because it cuts out the bits you need for the context of the fight. Because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I find I can't watch a lot of things that are that length now. I tried. I think it was last year. I was like, let me watch I'm a Celeb this year. It looks pretty fucking good. Yeah. And then I was like, I ain't watching it. After the first ad break, I was done.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I sit here and watch this every week? So I used to.
Yeah,
I remember there were some seasons that were absolutely top tier, and I used to beat it every time. And I'm like, how the fuck did I sit here? Because I'm not sure if they've upped the amount of ad breaks. Maybe that's what it is. But Jesus Christ, there's so many.
But even like Love Island, I did like at the start. It's a stupid show. But it's on every night for weeks and weeks and weeks. So I don't understand. As we're a bit hypocritical because we're literally doing like an hour's worth of podcast.
With no ad breaks.
Yes. Unless we...
So... We have no Patreon. I'm just going to plug it. So support us, like, subscribe. But yeah, I'm not sure if our brains are cooked or if sometimes there's just the pacing of those shows don't need to be as long.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the world we're living in. We're so socially dependent on our phones now and quick reels, TikToks, etc. Right, shorts, and whenever there's longer content, you're like.
I'm trying to think. I think I still can watch movies, only if it's a movie I really want to watch.
I still find it hard sometimes to go. Right, you tell me.
But it has to
2 hours right now. I have to give up.
You can't look at it like that. It has to be a movie that you really want to see.
Then
you don't clock it.
But you know when you're like, let's put a movie on. You're like, do I got 2 hours?
Yeah,
I can. I do. But it's just one of those.
But do I? Yeah.
That's how my brain works. They're like, do I? And you're like, shut up, brain. It's going to be a good film.
Yeah, and then you just end up TikTok and movies, Subway Surfer in it, looking at both.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're so cooked. We need a dopamine, like...
We're cooked, chat. We're cooked.
We're cooked, chat, clip that. was it? I think they have like retreats and events and stuff, don't they? Where you can go and have a dopamine purge.
I would love that. I've seen there is actually just a really quick one that people have been going back to like old Nokia phones and stuff.
Yeah, the rise of old OG phones are coming back.
I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, if my whole fucking work life wasn't through my mobile, I feel like I could.
But then I'm a bit weird. If someone calls me, I'm like, oh, why is someone calling me on my phone? So even then...
What is it, 1968, man?
If someone was to call me on that, I would have every reason I'd have to pick up because I'm not going to text back with that old school, like, pressing 5 3 times to just get, like, a J or whatever it is. And then... Yeah, man.
No, I'd want to... If I'm going back, I'd want to stop at BlackBerry so I can just type an actual thing instead of... I ain't going back too far.
Yeah, but then with BlackBerry, you have the access to the internet still, so you'd be like...
Ain't nobody surfing the web on a goddamn BlackBerry.
Yeah, but you might... but you could, theoretically, and then you might give it a go and then go...
the desperation you'd have to have.
Be like logging into AOL again, or it's like...
AOL!
with the noises and stuff.
I miss that noise.
Yeah.
We just sit there. I wish we had long for the show, but we'll cover it next time. We'll talk about the OG internet. For that's bloody good.
Let's get back. Let's go nostalgia road next time.
Back. All right. But if you like what we talked about today, please like, subscribe, follow us, PBZ TV on YouTube and Instagram. And if you guys want to talk about anything in particular, talking points for the show, comment them down below. But until then, we'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Yo.